Technology: 12.3-inch touchscreen display with navigation. Hyundai Digital Key 2. Wireless device charging. 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster. Dynamic voice recognition. Proximity key with push-button start. And Active Sound Plus. Wireless Android Auto integration for your Android phone. Wireless Apple CarPlay integration for your iPhone. Bose Premium Audio. Performance. Electronic limited slip rear differential ELSD. 4-piston fixed monoblock caliper front brakes with 15.2-inch rotors. HDRAC all-wheel drive. And launch control. And grin boost. Comfort. Ventilated front seats. Leather-wrapped steering wheel with brake regen control paddles / shifter paddles when using NE-shift. Heated steering wheel. Dual automatic temperature control, 60/40 split second row seats with recline. Design details: column-mounted shift-by-wire (SBW), auto-retracting flush door handles, 21-inch forged wheels with two 75/35 R21 high-performance tires. Lighting: LED projector headlights, LED taillights, LED daytime running lights (DRL), ambient lighting. Driving convenience: auto-dimming rear-view mirror with HomeLink, hands-free smart liftgate with auto-open, heated, power-folding side mirrors with turn signal indicators, smart cruise control (SCC) with stop and go, high beam assist HBA. It's official. The 2025 Hyundai Ioniq 5N, the new hot rod version of Hyundai's Ioniq 5 electric SUV, is the quickest SUV Motor Trend has ever put through its instrumented testing. Not the quickest electric SUV, or the quickest SUV from a non-exotic brand, or the quickest SUV with a snazzy blue paint job, but the quickest SUV. End of sentence. We know that won't go down well with some people. We don't mean the quickest ever part, but rather the SUV part. When we named the regular 5 as our 2023 SUV of the year, we stirred up controversy. Is the Ioniq 5 really an SUV, or just an overgrown hatchback? We litigated that at Suvity, where the Ioniq 5 did all of the SUV things as well as or better than the other SUVs, usually better than, hence the win. We're good with the label. Faster than Lambo and Porsche. We knew the Ioniq 5N would be quick, what with 601 horsepower, 568 lb-ft of torque, and a 10-second boost to 641 horsepower. For those keeping track, that's up from 320 horsepower and 446 lb-ft in the standard dual-motor Ioniq 5. Nor is that the only change to the first electric vehicle in Hyundai's high-performance N lineup. Hyundai also gives it a modified version of the front suspension from the Genesis GV60, strengthens the body with additional welds and adhesive, and beefs up the suspension, brakes, and thermal control systems for the battery and powertrain. Hyundai predicted a 0 to 60 time of 3.25 seconds. We thought it would be closer to 3.1 seconds. We were both wrong. The 5N jetted to 60 in 2.8 seconds and flashed through the quarter mile in 11 seconds flat with a 124.9 mph trap speed. That makes it quicker than the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT Coupe, 2.9 seconds 0 to 60, 11.2 seconds at 121.5 miles per hour in the quarter, Lamborghini Urus Performante 3.0, 11.3 at 121.3, and Mercedes-AMG QE SUV 3.1, 11.5 at 117.0, previously the top 1, 2, 3 SUVs in our testing. And if you don't buy the Hyundai Ioniq 5N is an SUV and insist that it's just a large hatchback, it's still flying in rarefied air. The 5N just about matches the 0 to 60 time of the McLaren 765 LT, is dead on with the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, and beats the McLaren Senna and Audi RS e-tron GT. To be fair, all were slightly faster than the Hyundai in the quarter mile, which is tricky for electric vehicles as they tend to lose power at higher speeds. The RS e-tron GT has a 2-speed transmission instead of the typical EV direct drive setup, which helps. So whether you consider the 5 an SUV or not, can we not agree this is pretty impressive company, particularly for a $68,685 family-friendly four-door? More than just a one-trick pen. Why? Acceleration wasn't the Ioniq 5N's only skill. Our braking tests showed off the improvements the N division made to the binders. The Ioniq 5N stopped from 60 miles per hour in 102 feet, 20 feet shorter than the best performance we saw from a regular 5, and an impressive number for a vehicle that weighs 2.5 tons. Brake pedal feel wasn't the best. It's a bit soft and squishy at the top of its travel, and our panic stops kept the anti-lock system busy. Still, the 5N stayed arrow straight right through the full cessation of forward motion. Chassis performance to match. We must have chosen our settings wisely because the 5N put in a solid performance, chalking up 0.96 g of lateral acceleration and circling our figure-8 handling course in 24.1 seconds at an average of 82 centimos. The Hyundai wasn't as fast through the course as the Cayenne or the Urus, but it matched the EQE. We could feel the all-wheel drive system hard at work beneath us, but the steering required almost no extraneous input, with a 5N tracking beautifully. Although the N drift mode works, drifting the Ioniq 5N the old-fashioned way is easy. We could easily pull off short drifts or long ones, controlling the angle with a single hand on the steering wheel. The Ioniq may fifth be a font of electronic ingenuity, but the underlying chassis needs no assistance. Time-limited fun. If only it had a bigger battery, so the fun could go on and on and on. The 5N's EPA range is 221 miles, and the N division set up the battery and powertrain for a 20-minute track session followed by a 20-minute cooldown. We need not point out that with an internal combustion engine, you can keep going and going until you break it or crash it. EV technology still has its limitations. This being a first test, and focused on what the instruments tell us, the article should stop right here, but we'd be remiss if we didn't tell you how much fun we had driving the Ioniq 5N. The various settings give it multiple personalities, and there wasn't a single person on the MT staff who didn't meet some version of the 5 and they loved or at least respected. We'll have lots more to say about the 2025 Hyundai Ioniq 5N. For now, we'll congratulate Hyundai on its new record.